Good afternoon, everybody. Timothy Henderson here with Buz'n Bees Apiary. So, an exciting day for us. This nuke was started from my Russian hive. They had swarm cells, and I didn't want them to swarm, so I transferred a couple frames from them and my Italian hive that was cat brood into here along with the swarm cells, and today they are actually hatching. Now, I came earlier to check, and I had two queens that had already hatched. One of the queens, unfortunately, had died. I'm assuming that the other queen, I'm assuming she had killed it. Or, well, I marked her before she died. The paint bled. I'm not sure if the paint possibly had killed her. I've never had that happen before. But if y'all can see, y'all can kind of see her in there. That's a new virgin Russian queen. But what I'm doing is I'm going through here checking to see if any more have hatched. And then that queen unfortunately is dead. But I'm going to save her to make some swarm lure out of for next year. And I didn't bring my smoker with me here just for the fact that if there are queens on these frames, I don't want them flying off. And a couple of these you can see I've took and put a cage around them. Somebody riding by on a motorcycle. I apologize for the noise. We can't always help what happens in the surrounding area. Here's another one that I've caged. I don't see a emerged queen on this frame. Now sometimes they are hard to spot just for the fact that they move so fast. When they're a virgin queen, they're not worried about laying eggs or anything. So we'll set that frame down, grab the next frame. Now there's a couple frames that I know shouldn't. Well, I ain't gonna say they shouldn't have a queen. They didn't have any queen cells on them, but we all know that queens don't stay in one spot. And again, I'm just looking extra good. Show you all these frames. There's several cat brood left on these frames, but I'm very excited to have started my first nuke on my own and actually getting it to work out correctly. Again, I don't see a queen on this frame. There were several frames for several queen cups that had been opened up, so I expect to find a couple more queens. Like I stated earlier, they are extremely hard to find sometimes. And sometimes they just stick out like a sore thumb. They're very easy to find. Unfortunately, either there's no more queens that have hatched, and those were just chewed open cells, or I'm having horrible luck at finding them. And either one is possible. You know, just because they had the cells don't mean that the egg took to being a queen. It could have died in the process, or the bees, after once those other two queens hatch, they could have thought that that would be enough and decided to get rid of the other queen cups, queen cells. I call them both. Right here's a big queen cup that I didn't seal off. Actually, queen cell, I believe. And I found the queen. See if I can hold this and point her out. She's right there. So, y'all excuse me, I'm going to catch her, put her in a cage. And it's always better doing stuff like this if you have an extra set of hands. You know, a lot of times my cousin, he helps me. But, you know, he has his own life with his family as well as me. So we don't always have necessarily everything that we need. But we do adapt and make it work. Now, it's really going to sting is if one of these bees get on my blue jeans. I'm not 100% that these are sting proof. But I don't always wear a full suit, especially on days like today where it's so hot out. And she is not wanting to go in. I've got her in, but now she's not going up. Oh, shoot. That is not what you want to do, but luckily the queen is on there. And now she is on my finger. So we set this down. And you are going to drop frames. Don't let nobody tell you you're not going to. Because I promise you, you will. Now, these are virgin queens that are hatching out. So they're not going to fly. Or they can fly, I mean. That was the only queen that I seen on that frame. But we're going to keep looking just to make sure. Because there's a good chance that if there was another one on here, it's probably dead because of that queen. But not 100%. I'll show you all that queen here in just a few minutes. I just want to check the last two main frames before I lose light. I waited till later in the day to do this because it's been so hot the last couple days. I have two queen cells here. One looks like it's trying to open up, but I can't tell if it's already been opened up. If they're chewing it down or if it hatched. There's nothing inside of it, so we're going to check this frame very good to see if there is a virgin queen on here. Again, if you do this a little earlier in the day where you have more light, it does make it easier to spot. Now, I'm not going to say that you're going to spot them right off. Had a bee right there at my face because, like I stated, virgin queens are hard to spot. I've seen several bees that I thought were a queen, and after watching them and stuff, you can tell that it was just a big old worker bee. I'm going to say that those were just chewed open, or possibly that queen is already dead, or it could have been the queen that I just found. I mean, it's honestly, there's no way of telling. Now, what I'm going to do is set this frame back in. I'm going to go back through the other frames just to double check. But I'm going to go ahead and end the video, and I want to show y'all these two queens again. What I'm actually going to do, right there you can see her. That's one queen. These bees smell the queen's pheromones, so they're coming over here to check things out. This queen's not wanting to cooperate. This is one that I caught earlier in March. She's going up my hand there. Y'all can see her. Get her put back up. Now I'll only leave them in these little containers for just a couple days. I'm trying to sell a few of them if I get enough. Plus, I gotta have a queen for this nuke. Now, if I get enough, I am gonna start another nuke out of my Italian hive. but I'm not sure if I'll get enough. It all just depends. Once again, I want to thank y'all for watching this video. If y'all like what I make, please like and subscribe. If y'all have any questions, leave a comment and I'll do my best to answer them. Thank y'all and have a good afternoon.